Members of the public, I declare the Ordinary Council meeting on the 28th of February 2024 open at 5:30 p.m. Please stand. I wish to acknowledge the Gadigal people as the traditional owners of the land we're meeting on today and recognise their strength, resilience and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Thank you. Item number 3. This meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded to facilitate community participation for minute-taking purposes, which may be released upon request to third parties. In accordance with Clause 616 of the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders Local Law 2014, members of the public are not permitted to use any visual or audio electronic device or instrument to record the proceeding of any meeting unless providing members permission to do so. Members of the public are also reminded that in accordance with Clause 617-4 Standing Orders, mobile phones must be switched off and not be used during the meeting. 3.1 Attendance. I note that all councillors are present and a detailed list under the minutes of 3.1 of the minutes. 3.2 Attendance by telephone and internet communication. There is nil. 3.3 Apologies. CEO, do you have any apologies at all?
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I have an apology from the Director of Community Services.
Okay, thank you, CEO. 3.4 Approved leave of absence. CEO, do you have any approved leaves of absence?
No, there are none, Mr. Mayor.
None. Thank you, CEO. 3.5 Disclosure of interest. CEO, have you received any disclosures of interest at all?
No, I've not received any so far, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, CEO. Item number 4, application for approved leave of absence. CEO, have we approved any leave of absence?
Again, I've received none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Item number 4, response to previous questions. Response to questions received at the Ordinary Council meeting held on the 7th of February 2024 have been provided to individuals and are detailed in the agenda. Item number 5, public time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity for members of the public to ask questions of Council regarding tonight's agenda and business of local government. Clause 6.73 of the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders Laws requires members wish to ask any questions to complete the completed question form and place in the tray provided. If myself, as a presiding member, determines that questions and statements are out of order due to offensive or objectionable expression or defamatory, they will not be reconsidered, recorded, nor responded to. 6.1 Public question time. I declare public question time open at 5:32 p.m. CEO, have you received any public questions?
Not received any so far, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Do any members of the public wish to ask questions at all? Thank you, Jan. Could you please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please? Thank you.
It's turned on, you might?
Yep.
Testing? Yes, okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor Carter and Deputy Mayor, Deputy Mayor Christensen and councillors, and also CEO Carl Askew and staff. Good afternoon. My name is Janet Gillingham and I live at 3 Symonds Street in Port Hedland, and I am also a candidate for the extraordinary elections which takes place here next week. Just 3 short questions. My first question is in regard to Gratwick Pool, with information on the Town of Port Hedland Facebook page, and also lots of blurbs on the Everything Hedland Facebook page. So a combined question here is, will there be an early closure, a confirmed total closure of Gratwick Pool within the next few years, as quoted by yourself through Mayor Carter through the Facebook page that you had many comments about, that had you spoken to people, and also as stated on the Town of Port Hedland Facebook page, the Gratwick Pool is to close early in March, before the school holidays, which takes place at the end of school term 1, which is Easter time. The end of the summer season for Port Hedland is towards the end of April, so can we have an explanation as to why this sudden closure early, and also is there going to be a future permanent closure of the Gratwick Pool?
Okay, thank you, Councillor Gillingham. The reason we closed the pool was mainly at a staffing level, okay? We had 9 people apply for staffing, qualified people to run the pool, and only 2 people applied. And why that is so, because they couldn't find housing. affordable housing. We all know affordable housing are very, very tight in the town. So basically, not having enough staff to run the pool properly and efficiently and secure and safely, that was the reason the pool actually closed down a lot earlier. And we do apologise to the community for that, but we are working on trying to rectify that and try and get more staff. But they're qualified staff. You can't just pull someone off the street as a backpack and say, you're a lifeguard. So it's one of those tricky situations, but we are trying to work as hard as we can to try and get that done for you. And about the pool closure, I mean, there's no official closure of the pool. The pool will still remain there. Everyone knows we're trying to build a new aquatic centre in South Hedland. That'll be our major pool. What will happen to the two pools? No one's decided yet on that.
All right. Thank you for explaining to our public. Much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Councillor.
I'd also like to mention, I did ask at our last meeting regarding when will the next Audit and Finance Committee meeting be, and also the annual general meeting of the electors. Could these meetings, if to be close to the end of the school term, could these meetings please not take place directly after Easter break, because of the school holidays, where we do have a lot of people vacating town? So could I just an update on when the Audit and Finance Committee meeting will be and the annual general meeting of the electors, if a date has been set yet?
I don't see it. Do we have a date yet?
I think the answer at this stage is we're still waiting for the financial statements to be verified, ratified by the Office of the Auditor General. At that point, we'll be able to come back and schedule an audit committee. I don't think we would schedule it during the Easter holidays. I'm fairly confident we'll hold it before Easter, but I know Easter is early this year, so can't guarantee that at this point in time, but we'll certainly avoid holidays. And once we've had that audited financial statement, we'll be able to set a date for the annual general meeting.
All right, thanks, CEO, through the Mayor. And also the school holidays do finish on the 15th of April, and I have looked up a previous annual general meeting of the electors have sometimes been towards the end of April when this has taken place there. All right, thank you. And my final question is regarding the Port Hedland School of the Air, which, as some of you may not know, is based at the Port Hedland International Airport, and has been teaching our children for our bush children for nearly 60 years, because their anniversary is later this year in term 3 of the school term I'd like to just ask and let everybody know that this celebration is happening, whether it's a public celebration, but I would like to think that the Town of Port Hedland event staff and the Town of Port Hedland could please seek information from the principal, Mr. Michael Jennings at School of the Air, and also to find out on what the future proposed date is, so that this can be something that is notified to everybody, and to say that we have a school that's been going for 60 years in the Pilbara. Great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, and some of those children of those genders are now still being at that school. So it's still a very important school, and it's nice to think that now the Education Department of West Australia does recognise that this is an important school. So I just wanted to let you know that, and I'd just like to hope that you will take it on board.
Is this a statement you're making there?
No, it's a question I'm asking. Can the staff and the event staff be aware of this, and could they please make contact with the school so that you'll have the correct dates, correct procedures,
Happy
etc.,
to do it for you. Yep, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. Do you have any more public questions at all? Yes, hi. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Natalie White, 5B Moseley Street in Port. Question regarding the pool. Why doesn't council offer housing for duty managers at the pool here? Because we all know housing is a problem in this town. Every business has the same problem. Marble Bar and Karratha both offer housing to their duty managers. Why is it Port Hedland doesn't?
It's something we're looking into.
Pardon?
It's something we are looking into. We are actually looking into that.
You are looking into it?
We are looking at, yes, we are, yes.
Better late than never, I suppose. Other question. When did the council acquire the land that the Gratwick Memorial Pool is on? When,
Sorry?
The land that the memorial pool is on?
When we required it? It's under management, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not land that we own.
You
It's
don't own
land
it?
that we have a management order over. It's state government land, but I wouldn't have the date for you, but I know the facility is at least 50 years old.
Okay. I heard that it was given to the council. Maybe I just heard something wrong. But were there some conditions under which that land is allowed to be used by council?
Not aware, other than the fact that under a management order it is for recreation purposes only.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any more public questions at all? Yes. Okay, come forward, take your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Lovely to see your faces again. Gillian Fisher. I'm actually running for the election as well, coming up soon. I just have some questions to discuss with you tonight, and I'm happy to take these on notice, that's fine. 3 questions. Could you please state why the 22-23 annual report has still not been released on the Town of Port Hedland website? What's preventing its publication? And what laws are we actually breaking by not having this report published by now?
I'm the director to answer
I'm
that
happy
one.
to take that on notice, but yeah, do come out if you've got a response.
Thank you. We're trying to, just working with the Office of the Auditor General and our external auditor RSM, and it's a bit of a 3-way process, unfortunately, sometimes to try and resolve some of the final notes. It has taken a little bit longer than planned. We're not necessarily breaking any laws or anything, it's just the process just takes a little bit longer these days now that we're under the Office of the Auditor General. We're hoping that we have the next audit committee scheduled for the 12th of March. We're hoping that we can have the audit exit letter signed off by then and the meeting at that date. We're just seeking to confirm that tomorrow with RSM and OAG. So hopefully things are on track for that date. That's what we're working towards.
Okay, so this is preventing virtually our, as Jan was speaking before about our special electors. Oh, sorry, no, that's not special electors. Anyway, our
The
electors.
annual electors meeting,
Yeah,
that's
annual.
correct. So once that's gone through, then we have a set period of time in which to hold that, but we'll move fairly promptly to host that meeting and give notice.
Okay, no worries, thank you. What date was the most recent information given to councillors regarding the Deck Mill lawsuit against the Town of Port Hedland?
Do you answer that one? Sorry, Greg?
It was last week.
Last week?
Yes.
Do we have a day last week?
Briefing note went out. I'll have to get that exact date for you.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I was happy to take them on notice, so that's good. And then last meeting, we were told of meetings between the Mayor in his capacity and Construction Corporation 1, Costco, SSI and Huibin. Who accompanied the Mayor on this delegation from the Town of Port Hedland? Representatives employed in their capacity or otherwise?
That was just myself.
Just yourself?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Do we have any more public questions at all? Okay, I will close public question time at 5:43 p.m. Okay, 6.2 public statement time. I declare public statement time open at 5:43 p.m. CEO, do you have any public statements at all?
I've not received any, Mr Mayor.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Do any members of the public have any public statements at all they'd like to make? Yeah. Okay, just come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Jared Seeney, part of the Port Hedland Game Fishing Club from 18 Good Street. Just wanted to stand here on behalf of the Port Hedland Game Fishing Club. We just wanted to ensure that our footprint obviously is known and our presence in the community, as we have our interest to put forward to be part of the Sportbank Marina development. Just a little bit about our club. So our club has an annual membership which has exponentially increased over the last few years. In 2020 we had a membership of 65 members, with last year's membership going through over 280 members. And the current membership year, which we're about halfway through, our membership year, which is sitting at around 200 or over 200 members, sorry. Our recent events that we've had, targeting Mangrove Jack, had a membership attendance of over 60 members. And our Blue Water Classic last year held in it was in June, July, which had 38 teams and over 100 anglers attending. Obviously, with the support of our dedicated committee and our sponsors, we plan to obviously continue to grow the club and the footprint of the club, and would like to be obviously a part of the Sportbank Marina precinct, and obviously be able to continue and to hold our monthly comps and have a place for our members to come for family events, barbecues, and all of the above. Thank you for hearing us.
Thank you for your statement. Thank you. Do you have any more public statements at all? Yep. Thank you. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Natalie White, 5B Mosley Street. So I've got 2 points. First is about the Sutherland Street seawall project. The stairs for the beach access, the shade, the table and chairs have still not been reinstated. It's been about 2 years. And I have spoken to Ryan Pickup, the Manager of Infrastructure and Projects and Assets, at length. He's explained to me the delay, and I understand the delay. But at this point in time, we are looking at waiting another whole year to get beach access because the seawall project is still not finished. So I'm just bringing this to the council's attention tonight so that they're aware of the importance of completing this unfinished project. We haven't had beach access for, as I said, 2 years, and it's going to be another year, so 3 years in total, and that's the best possible outcome we're looking at the moment. It could be more. There is the reason for the delay, or one of the reasons, is funding. So the reason I'm bringing it up to the council is so they're aware that it is going to come up for funding voting in some budget, I'm not sure when, but the importance of that to reinstate what we have lost due to the seawall project. We don't have shade, we don't have anywhere to sit, and we don't have any beach access, and it's going to be minimum 3 years without that. Hopefully we'll have it by the end of the turtle season, May 25. So that's just to bring that to your attention. I just want everyone to look out for that, please. And hopefully we will get those stairs and that access in the 3 years. But I do think that's a ridiculous amount of time for the community to have to wait for a project from start to finish, and we still don't have a definitive finish time. It may be 4 years. So I'm just bringing it to everyone's attention because you may or may not know that. Point 2 is regarding the Gratwick pool. Honestly, this sounds a bit coarse, but I find the mismanagement of this asset completely laughable. It's embarrassing. We've got the early seasonal closure this year. We've got constantly changing hours. We've got reduced hours, and there's no consistency. And without consistency, any business would fail. Council says that there's not enough patronage with this service, and yet just this morning I had to share a lane, and that happens quite often. When I walked here tonight, I counted the people in the pool. There was 25 people in the pool. You know, the pool is getting used. If council would operate consistent hours and provide a reliable service, people could plan and commit their time. I've turned up to the pool a couple of times and found it closed. So not many people are going to put up with that. You're not going to keep going. Time is precious. So if you're turning up and the place is closed, you're not going to come back. So of course, people are not going to go as much as they could. So consistency is the key to bring more people. So I've heard about the duty manager turnover at the pool. I've heard about the injury that's contributing to the early seasonal closure, and the high turnover of staff, and the general comment that there is a shortage of pool staff Australia-wide. So if that is the case, and there is a national shortage, why isn't the town offering better packages to attract staff? I've spoken to the duty managers, and I'm wondering if council has. Has council asked what would keep them in the position? Because I've asked that question, and there's no surprises there. The answer is housing. Marble Bar and Karratha both offer housing to duty managers, and yet Port Hedland does not. A person I spoke to who is leaving the pool, a duty manager, for another job with housing, said they would not have been looking for another job if they had been offered housing, and it just wasn't on the table. So every company in town is in exactly the same boat when it comes to staffing in this town. You either provide them housing, you offer fly in, fly out, or you can't operate your business. And I don't understand why council thinks the pool is any different. So by not offering the housing, the council is creating this inconsistency with the pool. And that leads into feeding into the narrative that the pool isn't getting used. It leads into the narrative that we're going to have to close the pool. And Mr. Mayor, you did tell me to my face that the pool will be closed within 5 to 10 years. So you've already said that to me with that, and now you're saying that it's under advisement or not sure, or yet you blatantly said to me it would be closed. So this is a great concern, because I think as a town we should be offering more healthy support for the community, not restricting it. The beach access offers healthy support for people, mental health, walking on the beach, breathing in fresh air. The pool offers physical fitness, mental health, relaxation, and these things the council's obstructing for the community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any more public statements at all? Just put your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gillian Fisher. I live at 3 Minchy Crescent. I had to think about that, and I didn't say that previously, but that's good. And I'm also going to be a candidate in the upcoming election, council election. I'd just like to speak a bit about the meeting on the 7th of February, earlier this month, the previous council meeting. Now, what I'd really like councillors to do for this meeting and ongoing is I'd like for councillors to speak into the microphone when they're talking, because it's sitting in the gallery, we often hear, and it occurs towards the end of the night. The conversation seems to exist between the councillors, and they forget that the gallery is actually there to listen to people as well. So if we could project their voices across the microphone, that would be great. And also, when you're voting, can we have a show of hands like this? Often when you're sitting in the gallery and there's people behind, like sitting in front of you, this is sort of not understood. So when you're trying to work out how people have voted, yeah, really important to have something up in the air like that. I'm not sure I'm sure that the councillors should have read this, but I'm just wanting to bring your attention to the Market Community Survey from 2023. Wow, did we get trounced or what? Like, yeah, that's just incredible, the information that came through in that. It's available on the town's website. That's where I found it. When you're finding that 12% of the people that replied are saying that council actually has the interests of their representatives, of their residents at heart. That's 12%, honestly, and 48 on their performance index score for livability. This is our town. Where has our town happened? It just seems to be, we've got crime, safety crime and community safety issues. We've got health and community services issues, housing issues, which we've just spoke about here, family and children's services and facilities, another issue with the pool, and obviously we know about the council leadership. And I was looking also through the annual report. Now, obviously the last annual report is not on the website because it's not hasn't been published yet. But we've got, virtually we've got one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five staff members earning over $210,000. Seriously, we've got these issues. We should be at the top of all this list, not heading towards the bottom. I don't understand why we end up down there. Anyway, and the other thing is about the live stream. We had a lot of people talking, messaging on the live stream, afterwards, that there was a lot of volume issues and the audio wasn't able to be heard. There was also, people not concentrating on what was being spoken, and also people interrupting, councillors interrupting other councillors when it was their turn to speak. Like, we really need to be a cohesive team here if we're going to actually get the public back on side again. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any more public statements at all? Yes, Jan, come forward, state your name, address for the record, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Janet Gillingham, 3 Simmons Street, Port Hedland, and I am also a candidate for the extraordinary election next week in the town of Port Hedland. Thank you. I listened to the radio this morning on the ABC radio, and luckily enough I heard Ms Beasley, our Minister for the Department of Local Government of West Australia, speak not at length, but she was asked questions about the new rules coming in for public meetings, ordinary council meetings in Western Australia for our local government, like ours. And there are submissions that the public can actually put in before the end of May, so please look into this and have your say. A lot of the questions that people phoned in about was not enough time for public question time. That the question time in some of their councils was just 15 minutes. I know that we've been lucky in the past where councillors here have actually moved a motion and had it seconded so that the time can be extended, which has been really good because, let's face it, it's the public time, 5:30. A lot of people can't be here, they've got families, they're doing meals, they're going to the swimming club, they're going to the sports. And those people that you do see here, they've given their time up because our town is a 12-hour shift town. Not that everybody works 12 hours, but I'm quite sure most of us are pretty up early in the morning and go to bed pretty much late at night. But most of our people who do 12 hours actually do a 14-hour day if they are working especially in the mining industry, because sometimes it takes them up to 45 minutes to get to where they go to work, and in the evening 45 minutes to go home. So there's your 14 hours just about a day. So that's why we don't have a lot of people here. So I'd like our council to be more user-friendly, that's encouraging people to come along. And sometimes I think perhaps in the future that that the council may need to take the council to the people. It has been spoken about before, where it's a possibility, if there's the live stream can be set up and all these questions that have been answered before, that you do have a stadium in South Hedland where maybe the 75% of the population live in South Hedland. Perhaps that's something for the council to take on board in the future, that at least perhaps once every 3 months or 4 months that you could have a council meeting perhaps in South Hedland. Maybe you would get that more population come along. But the time of our meetings for a start at 5:30, which is a good time, but some other councils in other parts of West Australia actually have it sometimes earlier in the day or even later in the evening. But going back to Ms Beasley with the Minister for Department of Local Government, the questions that came in about were sometimes the questions were asked at other councils around West Australia, and their public that phoned in today, and they'd been totally cut off. Not allowed. They had even sent their questions in other councils, and their questions weren't even accepted, and that. So there's a lot of time goes in, I think, for people to actually put the questions in there. But look, the submissions have to be in by the end of towards the end of May. So please look into that, or even listen to the podcast of what was on the radio this morning. You can always get it on the ABC radio. So it would be really good to look into that. The other thing that I had phone calls today, and I've also bumped into people down in the shopping areas today, is that people, especially in South Hedland, because the news report about a lot of disruption with, a lot of young people just out and about on the streets, just creating havoc. And I guess those of us in the room here from South Hedland have probably heard about that in the last week. I only heard about it in the last couple of days and found it quite interesting that the police are actually now putting little notices in people's letterboxes in South Hedland. I haven't had one for Port Hedland. if some of you have, I think that's really good. But just to say that there are groups of people around and they just want to break into your house. Now, I know that back in 2017, 2018, 2019, we had a lot more police in our town because our council and the leaders of our council made it their point to get those extra police in our town. As soon as that happened, things started to come together better for our town. But those police were eventually dissolved somewhere else in our state, and we lost quite a number of policemen that had come up, especially that had been asked through council to actually make a presence in our town. I think this really needs to be looked at more. I'd like our council to talk to our local constabulary, our police station. Do they have time to come and give the public a presentation? Make it announced that you're going to have a public presentation so that people can ask the public all in one. If not in this room, perhaps at the stadium. But I think we need to all try and get on board to see what we can do to make our town a safer place, a happier place. We need things to really work in this town. So I know that there are people around the table here that you're not nodding your heads, but I know inside you're nodding your heads. And the other thing is, again, I'm going back to the retirement village of Stephen Street. It was promised to us when the commissioner was here over 4 years ago. Where is the turning over of the turf? We see turning over of the turf of many new businesses in South Hedland, high-rises, etc., etc. When are our council going to go to the state government and say, we need a retirement village for those people to be together? No, I don't want the answer to say, oh, the state government can't do it, or we can't do it. Okay, let's see if we can work together. There were announcements while I was in Perth at the end of January on the radio to say that several councils, several small towns were, through the state government, had been granted to have retirement villages. So where are we on the list? Are we on the list? Can we please, councillors, I ask you, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, and councillors, CEO and staff, please can we look into this, because it's for the future of our residents who are they're in the autumn of their life. They're in the autumn of their life. The winter is next, the autumn of their life. So please, they need to be together. Currently, those residents that are still with us, living in government housing, which is public government housing and public foundation housing, are also, those houses need to be let for the public, those public who are in the lower wage bracket, all right? So please, could we look into this? And can we please have another Osprey Village? When is that going to happen? Because that's something that really needs to happen, like right now. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jane. Do we have any more public statements at all? Yes, come forward, state your name as for the record, please. Thank you.
Merrin Browning, 233 Collier Drive, South Hedland. I would just like to rebut that was a personal attack and that should be stopped. That is a personal attack and that is absolutely unacceptable, and that is exactly what she's talking about. So can we please just see it for what it is and interrupt, and please cut that behaviour out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any more public statements at all, please? Okay, I'm going to close public statement time at 6:06 p.m. 6.3, petition interpretation, presentations and submissions. There are none. Item 6, questions from members without notice. Are there any questions from elected members at all?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I've got a few. And hopefully people understand the reasons I ask these questions, and I want answers to them because I don't seem to be getting any. So at the last meeting and for the last 4 months, I've been asking a series of questions, but the last meeting I asked about, so the 7th of Feb, about this new thing that we're doing. It's meetings without discussion, and I've asked, what is it? And this, we need to look at the context of use here, which is the Mayor's rejection of the question. And these questions are rejected from the floor, from the members of the public, so they're not answered. Okay. Now, the people are still, the people are entitled to an answer, and you're dismissing the question based on stating that they are meetings without discussion. So what I want to know is, and I'm happy to get an explanation because it's quite simple, because it seems simple. It doesn't mean you hold meetings and just look at each other and say nothing. So that would be meetings without discussion. Or it doesn't mean that the question is not going to be answered. So can you explain whether it's one or the other? And we've actually got one tonight in the minutes from Miss Renee Coles when she asked a question about Hoabin, and you said again they were meetings without discussion, and there was no answer to her question. So can you explain further to the explanation that you've already given, which didn't answer my question, what is the meaning of questions without discussion when in the context of when you answer people that ask questions? Mr. Mayor.
The announcement by the presiding member without discussion. Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Do you have any other questions?
Again,
do you have another
Mr.
question?
Mayor, I do. And again, that you have not answered my question.
Do you have another question? You don't? Okay.
Yes, I do, Mr. Mayor, and I'll call a point of order.
What is your point of order?
The point of order is 6.78A. Which states, actually, normally what I do is I just call the numbers because you should know it, but I'll read it. It says the presiding member is to respond personally or is to ask another member or an employee to respond to that question. And that's in relation to the procedures for public question time. So in that context, clearly the staff cannot answer those questions because, it refers directly to you. So my understanding of the standing orders would be that you need to answer those questions personally.
As I said, Mr. Blanco, the announcement of the presiding member without discussion. Thank you. Do you have any other questions?
So, Mr. Mayor, the
do you
correct
have another
procedure...
Question? Mr. Blanco, do you have another question? Yes or no?
Point
I'm going to move forward.
Point of order.
Councillor Blanco, I'm going to cut you off right there, okay? Do you have another question? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Do. Yes, I do. So you're not taking my point of order, Mr. Mayor?
No, just next question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. At the February 7th meeting, one of my questions that I asked was omitted from the minutes, which was in relation to Hoabin wanting to present to the council. Can I get a reason why that question was not put in the minutes?
I'm not too sure, but was it missed out at all, Tom? Oh, we'll take
that on notice.
Yes.
I'm happy to take it on notice.
Yeah, we'll take it on notice.
Yeah. Again, at the 7th of February, I asked a question relating to Canfield, and your answer was that in the unconfirmed minutes, that you did not attend those meetings. So, can I get an explanation as to why there are photos with you and the people of Canfield in Vietnam on the internet?
Yes, quite clearly. I can tell you, I actually missed the flight and I arrived there when the event had finished, and they took one photo of me. That was it. I didn't actually present to them. That was it. Okay, thank you. Next
Thank
question.
you, Mr Mayor. I hadn't finished my question, but the media release from Canfield stating and showing your attendance and comments on those presentations. So they have stated that you addressed the meeting.
Well, I did not. Okay. Thank you. Next question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr Mayor. You requested some more information on the delegation led by yourself in Hoi An City. Now, I'm unclear as to how you don't know you attended a meeting there, but there is a media story within the internet published on the November the 24th, 2023, that states Chairman Nguyen Van Son welcomed a delegation from Port Hedland led by Mayor Peter Carter. Now, you've stated that there was no delegation.
There was just myself,
in
correct.
today. There was just yourself.
Yes, correct.
Now, they have stated in there that the meeting with the delegation from Port Hedland was aiming to attract more tourists and investment from Australia, including Port Hedland, to Hoi An. So again, I'm asking who was in the delegation that you led from Port Hedland that they have advertised in the internet, and why are you representing Port Hedland as mayor?
I'll get a list for you.
With a delegation from Port Hedland to invest in Hoi An, because that is what the media release stated.
Well, I'm not sure about the media release. Okay, next question.
Okay, my next question is, when are we going to receive all of the presentations that I've requested over the last 4 months?
Yeah, all right, when they're ready. Next question.
Are you?
Do you have
yes,
any other
yes, I
questions?
do, Mr Mayor. Are you, considering that we waited, or I've waited 4 months for this information, can you tell me whether you're holding the council in contempt by
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
supplying the information that's been requested?
No, I'm not, Councillor Blanco. That's
over the
out of
last
line.
4 months.
No, I'm not, Councillor Blanco. Thank you. No more questions from you. Thank you very much. Do you have any other questions from councillors, please? Yes, Councillor Button.
Yes, I do. I have 6 questions, please. On my first question, to do with the statement of financial activity on page 31, question is, can we defer the budget adjustment until discussions by the ARC community committee for their comments in consideration, please?
Do you want to wait to get that item?
It's on page.
Yeah, just want to clarify the question again for us. Just
Can we defer the budget adjustment until discussions by the ARC committee for their comments in consideration?
what item number are you talking?
We haven't had an ARC committee meeting yet since I've been elected to council, and that's now been 4.5 months.
Mr Mayor,
Yes,
she's
sorry.
asking to defer the item on the half-yearly review.
Okay, which is 12.1.2. Okay,
12.1.3 on page 31.
12.1.2.
1.2, yep.
I can defer that item to a special council meeting if you want to,
Yes, that would be great. Thank you very much.
or you want to. Motion?
You need a procedural motion.
To yeah, okay.
Do you want to do that when you get to the item?
Yes, well, you wait till we get to the item, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
My second question is 12.1.3. Net current finding position from the statement from financial statement on at the 31st of the 1st 2024 is a surplus of 37.88 million. Your explanation is noted. However, could I please have details of the net difference of 29.19 million surplus, please? And I'm happy to take that on notice.
You'll take that on notice for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
So my next question is, it was very pleasing and informative to have a meeting with Alex Flan and Lewis last Friday evening and was most informative of their knowledge in regard housing, immigration and vet airlines, and accordingly invited these delegates to make a presentation to Council on approval of the CEO on their next visit to Port Hedland in July.
Note that, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
So my question number 5 is, I've actually been asked by the community if there's any chance of looking into a light pole being put at the the roundabout on the corner of Murdoch Drive and Captain's Way, as that does not have any lighting there and is quite dark and is quite dangerous on that roundabout.
We'll take that one notice for you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Question 5, can we please follow up, as there's been a lot of questions on Facebook regarding syringes in our parks in South Hedland. So the community has actually asked me 2 nights ago at the hospital if we could actually find a request to actually make sure that these parts are actually followed through, to make sure that there's no needles on the play equipment, etc. in the parks in South Hedland, please.
Lee,
Yeah, sure. So most of the parks are actually visited every day and a check is done. So we have quite an elaborate approach to the removal of syringes. But if people, we have also placed a number of syringe disposal units in the toilets in parks. And if members of the public find syringes in a park, then if they contact us immediately, we will of course send somebody down immediately to remove the syringes. But I can assure you that that is dealt with on a daily basis, and the town takes that very seriously. Staff have had specialist training from the hospital, and also we have a program of syringe disposal in a number of not only parks but public toilets throughout the town.
Thank you for your response. And my last question is, I've actually been asked quite a bit today, and also is actually on Facebook. This is to you, Mayor Carter. It has been noted on the public Facebook, it is stated that you are the Mayor, Peter Carter, interested in purchasing of same, is this correct, the boulevard?
I have no idea. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank
No
you.
other questions? Thank you, councillors. We'll move on. Item number 7, announcement by the presiding member without discussion. The presiding member's meetings for the month of January 2024 are printed in the agenda. Item number 8, declaration of all members have given due consideration to all matters contained in the business paper before the meeting. I invite all elected members to declare by a show of hands that they have given all due consideration to all matters contained within the agenda. Thank you, councillors.
Excuse me, Mayor Carter, can I just question your diary on one question? It just went through a little bit too quickly.
Yes, certainly, yeah.
On the 12th of January, you had the JDAP meeting, Work Accommodation Force. Was that in Perth, or did you do a video link in from Vietnam?
They're all video links. They're all video links, JDAPs.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
If that could be put in that, then we sort of know.
Yeah, we've got that for you. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Item number 9, confirmation of the previous minutes. We have office recommendation before us that council confirm the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on Wednesday, the 7th of February 2024 are true and a correct record. Can I move it, please?
Mr Mayor, that
Thank
was
you.
item number 10.
Yes, it should be 10, Mr Mayor. Yep, yours is incorrectly numbered. Apologies, Mr Mayor.
Incorrectly apology? It's item 10. Okay, sorry. It was item 10, mine was item 9, sorry. Mover, Councillor Christensen. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Will I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Turner. Is there anyone against? Motion's carried. Thank you. That one there, that was the one we did. Yeah. Yes, okay. During the recent compliant audit of 2023, it was identified that misconduct occurred for a confidential item 15.1 at the 30th of December 2023 at the Ordinary Council meeting. And elected members disclosed the interest of this item, but however, the minutes did not reflect the time that the member left the meeting before the count was deferred to 8-0, the vote. It's been amended in the minutes and the document has been included in the minutes for this meeting. So I'll now consider officer's recommendation below to confirm the minutes of the Ordinary Council meeting held on the 30th of December 2023 are a true and correct record as amended for item number 15.1. Can I get a mover, please, for that? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. And seconder, Councillor Rins, thank you. Anyone against? Motion passed. Thank you. Before we move on to reports and committees and officers, I'll remind members of the public not to take any action on council decision on items on this evening's agenda, which may they have an interest in. I'm formally notified in writing by the town has been received. Discussions made at this meeting can be revoked in line with Local Government Act 1995. Item number 11, reports from officers. 12.1, corporate services. 12.1.1, corporate business plan quarter report 2023-2024. Okay, we have officer recommendation before us that requires a simple majority vote that council receive the corporate business plan quarter report for 2023-24 as per attachment 1. Can I get a mover, please? So
moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. May I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor. Oh. Thank you. Is anyone against? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. 12.1.2, adoption of the 2023-24 interim budget review. We have officers recommended before us that requires an absolute majority vote that council 1, accept the mid-year budget review report as per 31 January 2024, and 2, adopts the Town of Port Hedland advised annual budget 2023-24 financial activity statement, and 3, authorise the CEO to submit a budget review for the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries. Can I move it, please?
Mr. Mayor, are you going to ask Councillor Butson whether she
wants to do
a procedural motion on this?
Yes, I will do, yes.
Well then, can we do it before you ask for a mover?
Mr. Councillor Butson?
Sorry, yes, I would like to do a procedural motion. I request consideration be given to the extension of discussion on item 12.1.2 to permit future discussions for clarification as required.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Butson.
Just need clarification, Mr. Mayor. Councillor,
Can I just ask for clarification on when you want that deferred to? I'm assuming it's a deferral you're seeking.
Yes, yeah. Sorry. Yes, please. Just to have a meeting as soon as possible.
So it can be a special council meeting.
Through the chair, may I suggest a suggestion that we put a wording of the kind that we defer this item until the next OCM/special meeting called of the council, please.
Yep.
If that's happy with the mover.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Happy with that? Okay. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Yeah. Can I get a second to Councillor Butson's? Yeah. Councillor Christensen, thank you. Yeah.
Pardon?
Sorry, you moved it. You get your second. That's right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Just put to a vote. All those in favour? Yeah. Against? 5-3. Yep. Okay, item number 12.3.
Mr. Mayor, I didn't get the. Did we defer it or?
Yes, we defer it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, 12.1.3 financial statement of financial activity for January 2024. We have a simple officer recommendation before us that requires a simple majority vote. That Council 1 receive the statement of financial activity, and 2 receive the variance variable report, and 3 note the accounts paid under delegated authority, and 4 receive the purchasing credit card statements for period ending 31st of January 2024. Can I get a mover, please?
Mr. Mayor, can I get some? Can I ask a couple of questions before, or request some info on this? And it can come whenever. It's no big deal. But
would you like to email the director, or you want?
I'll ask them. That's fine. So I want to know about the Care for Headland funding. 24,200. How do we authorise that? And I also so that was on the 12th of the 1st, 24, and also Pilingora Operations has a payment in there for 95,304 for accommodation. Can we between the 26th of the 9th, 23 to the 22nd of the 11th, 23, can we find out what that is for?
Yeah, we'll get that for you.
Okay, thanks.
Right, thank you.
I have a few more, just a couple more. In relation to the Q2 budget, which obviously relates to this as well. On page 243, there was a drainage renewal program. The budget was 50 grand, and we've spent already 488,000. That's what it says in their total spend commitments as at the 31st of the 1st, 24. I'm just wondering if that is the pumps in town, or is it something different? Because there's not enough information in there. And happy to get the info on that one. Yep. And also on page 244, it says landfill community recycling centre. Now it's got we've allocated 300,000 in the 23-24 budget, and it's been adjusted to nil. So I'm wondering, I just want to know whether that is the tip shop, and have we taken it out of the budget, or is that something else? That's all I have, thanks.
Okay, we'll take one of those for you, thank you. Okay, can I get a mover, please, on the last item, agenda item, please?
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Butson. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. .1.3 Statement of Range Activities. 12.1. Yeah. 12.2 Community Services. There is nil. 12.3.1 Regulated Services. We have Officer recommendation before us that requires a simple majority vote. That Council received the quarterly report for the Port Hedland Seafarers Centre Incorporated for the management of the Port Hedland Visitor Centre for the second quarter, October through to December 2023. Can I have a mover, please?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Butson. Thank you. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. .3.2. The Joint Development Assessment Panel application development approval for 32 dwellings, group 26 dwellings, multiple 17 service apartments, office, restaurant, cafe for lot 21 Cotty Drive in South Hedland. This requires a simple majority vote that Council recommend the Regional Joint Panel Assessment Panel to approve the development application, the DAP -2402625, and apply plans subject to conditions note are displayed on the screen in the agenda. Can I have a mover, please?
Can I ask a question on this, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, certainly.
Look, I've read through this, and it's quite detailed. I totally agree, with us having, projects like this going ahead. But when you have a look at the parking bay shortfall, it's effectively 60 parking bays that it's short for the project. And in my opinion, this just does not comply with, the orderly planning process.
Point of order through the chair.
Yes, Councillor.
Can I bring back the current councillor speaking to the conditions of questions from members, being the fact that the question must be presented and be concise and without opinion or a requirement for fact unless required. So can I please ask that any councillor, including the one speaking currently, that if you're going to ask the question, we ask the question, and then if the people who need to answer it require further clarification, that is requested after the fact. But we lead with the question first, please.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor. This will also be required. This will go to JDAP as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll finish what I'm saying. Thanks.
Point of order for the
Councillor,
chair.
Councillor
Can I please
Blanco?
ask that the member to my right, being the presiding member, you must make a ruling on a point of order after it's made. It's the second time you failed to do it. Can you please make a ruling on the point of order that's just been raised, please?
Yes.
Happy to present you with it.
What was the point of,
Give me a second. It's as per section 10.5. Sorry, correction. It's
10.3.
No.
10.5 is the rule.
Yes. So as per section 10.5, it states you must make a ruling on a point of order. And if you need clarification on why my question was, my original point of order was on section 8.1, questions by members. So all I'm asking is, can you please make a ruling on the original point of order being 8.1, therefore referencing the fact that you must be abiding by the rule 10.5, please.
Yeah, I'll uphold it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll take another question then. As we're talking about this development and the parking shortfall, especially when we're talking about the CBD of South Hedland and future planning in that area, what does the town have planned for mitigating the parking shortfall with the money that you'll get in lieu of the parking problem created by developments like this?
I'll get the director to answer that for you.
Through the chair, in relation to this item, the officer's recommendation, or the officers have not requested or required cash in lieu to be provided as part of this development. The officers thoughts on the matter are included within the report itself, and again based on the location of the development in terms of being centrally located adjacent to the hospital, adjacent to the shopping centre. It was considered that the additional parking bays or the full suite of parking bays would not be required, given that the expectation is that a lot of the staff, a lot of these units may be taken up by the health department. So again, the staff would be expected to walk to work and not require a vehicle.
Okay, thank you, Director. Okay. We'll now put it to the vote. Sorry?
Can I please ask a question? So on the question with the car parks, have we had confirmation on how many units are going to be leased by the Hedland Health Campus?
I don't know. No. I don't know if we know that at the moment. No.
I don't think we know the number, Councillor. I think there is interest has been expressed, but we don't know the number.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, CEO. Okay, can I have a mover, please?
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Bello. Thank you. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. 12.3.3. Proposed dedication of a portion of the Great Northern Highway. We have an officer's recommendation before us that requires a simple majority vote. That Council 1 supports the proposed dedication of lots 3006 and 3007 as road reserves as a line to the existing Great Northern Highway. And 2, animates the Minister for Lands against any claim, compensation or relation to proposed dedication And 3, advise the Department of Planning and Lands and Heritage of a council resolution. Can I have a mover, please?
So moved, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Butson. Is there anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Absolutely. Thank you, councillors. 12.4, infrastructure services, there is nil. 12.5, there is no reports. Item number 13, new business of urgent nature, there is nil. Item number 14, motion to approve and has been given, there is nil. Item number 15, matters may be conference will be closed, there is nil. Item number 16, closure. 16.1, the date the next Ordinary Council meeting will be held on Wednesday the 27th of March 2024 starting at 5:30 p.m. 6.2, closure. Being there no further business, I declare the meeting closed at 6:36 p.m. I'd like to thank councillors, members of the public and CEO